Hello there, and welcome to this edition of Thought for the Week. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I trust that today's short program will be a blessing to you as the Lord speaks to you. We're living in very, very testing times, are we not? Politically, but in every other way. Socially, well, we're under the cosh, you could say, because we know that we are being attacked ultimately by enemy forces, that is to say, the forces of Satan, because he is applying all kinds of spiritual power to our country to lead us into all kinds of false avenues, and who knows how it will all end. Well, I can tell you that one. It's the Lord who will tell us that, and he will see to it that his will is done. So ultimately we have no cause to fear. But that doesn't mean we can be casual in our approach either to life or to our Christianity, because we're called to be strong in the faith. We're called to stand firm when the going gets tough, and it certainly can get tough. And I believe we shall discover that, and that's going to drive us into the arms of the Lord, which is a good thing. And it should also encourage us in the depth of our relationship with one another as Christians. And that's also a good thing. So the days for a casual approach to either our relationship with our Lord or our relationship with each other, those days are long gone, even if they existed for many of us. So the call of the Lord is to discipleship. And the call of the Lord is to stand firm when we know we're under attack. And sometimes that attack can take us by surprise. The Apostle Paul, in his 6th chapter of Ephesians, describes what he calls the whole armour of God, which Christians are to wear because they can be under attack from the enemy. And they're also required to take ground from the enemy. So spiritual warfare is our principal business as Christians. But sometimes we can really need to understand the weapons that we have to use. Paul says, put on the whole armour of God. But in Ephesians 6, there's one thing he never says, and that is, take it off again. So once on, it's to stay on. And the reason for that is that our great enemy, Satan, never lets up in his attack on God's people. We can never say, well, it's got to a certain part in the day, and so Satan is going to forget all about us and go to sleep. No way. We have to be alert all the time, and the armour of God has to be constantly in place. Just listen to this. This was written by Peter. This is the first letter he wrote, chapter 5 and verse 8. Be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith. Well, that's pretty clear, isn't it? He's prowling around like a roaring lion, and you can't hear him coming. That's the point of the analogy. He attacks, he's vicious, but you don't hear him coming. And because of that, and the way in which Peter compares this to the devil, we have to be on the alert 100% of the time. Day and night, as it were. We need to have the armour in place. Well, we'll talk more about that next time. But for now, the Lord bless you and goodbye.